Good morning. Today is the 5th of February 2025 and I'm going to go through today's levels on watch. We've got some not too bad levels. Just a quick update that this will be my last live session until Tuesday, as I will be travelling, and also the live stream, the order flows live stream, that will also, I won't do any more live ones, but I'll leave that one running and hopefully it's running right through till Monday, but I will check back from time to time to make sure it's up and running okay. Okay, so this is my last live until Tuesday and hopefully we have a good day. Well, I won't be trading today because I'm actually travelling in about an hour, 2 hours time, so I've just got to do some last minute packing and get going. So before we start, let's check to see what news could move the market. We had pre-market news and we had a little bit of indecision, still a bit of a positive move up, and we've got a Fed speaking right now. Later on, keep an eye on 9:45 PMI, that could move the market, and at 10 PMI. I thought we had that yesterday. Do you know what, yesterday? No, it was today. Yeah, so we've got PMI, so keep an eye on 9:45 and 10 today. Then we've got some oil news coming in at 10:30, and obviously I watch oil as well, and we've got plenty of Fed speakers throughout the day. So it could be a decent volatile day today. Okay, so let's crack on with the levels. On my screen, what I'm trying to do now, I'm clearing my levels every day. I'm just going to set fresh levels every day, and it just make it a lot easier. The other one I'll keep the same as my SPX levels. Okay, so we've had this bit of a uptrend over the last couple of days, big gap down, and we came in and filled that gap and then we lost it, and we did talk about watching for the gap fill. That was a nice gap fill there, and look at the reaction it had. So we kind of got this pattern forming. We've broken down through this pivot, so we are a bit more bearish than bullish right now. We're coming up into this 15-minute area of supply. So let's get down to the 15. So we've got these two areas here. So what I've been doing, I've been looking at the hourly and I'm going down to the 15 to refine it a little bit better, just get it a bit more accurate. So what I'll be watching for today, in fact I won't be watching it today because I'll be trading, but I might try through my mobile phone. I'll be watching for firstly the break and retest of pre-market high into this area. We have a potential rejection area at 60.50. The reason I like that area, we had a move up and then we had this big reaction down. So that's why I've got that area as an area of supply. We do have a little bit of overhead volume as well. And the same for this candle, it's a bit of a wider position, yesterday's high. So we came into that area, then we had this big reaction down. So we have got this double top, we could make it a treble top, so this is probably the higher probability rejection up there. Otherwise, I'll be watching, the only place to watch next will be this bounce area. Yesterday's low, oh, it's not a very straight line, let's use rectangle. We've got this area of demand, and we've got yesterday's low, pre-market low. So let's keep an eye on this area here for a bounce. And that's pretty much it, nice, easy and simple. Let's go back to the hourly. Let's go back to daily, see where we are on the day. I always like to start from a higher time frame. You know what we could be looking at, we've been in this big uptrend on the daily. So even though the market stages, you've got stage 1 going across, I draw it here, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. And what we could be doing, just what we could be starting out right now, we might be starting out this phase 3, this bit where we consolidate, and it can either go one of two ways. We could go like this, like we've seen here, and then we come back down, it's a natural market cycle, or we could just consolidate for a bit, let all the moving averages catch up like the 200, and then we break out and continue off strong again. So and that will be basically a phase 2, because we could be just doing that, accumulate and then back up. So that's basically how the market works, and that's what I'm looking for in my trade. And you can take that all the way down into the lower time frames as well, and you see the same phases. You know, if you go down into the 5 minute, you probably see a phase 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's all very similar. Okay, so daily we've had this volume spike on a neutral candle. We've had a lower volume on bottom tail, so even though this looks pretty bullish because we've got a big bottom tail candle and there's a lot of buying, but we've got a red volume candle and a red candle, so you know we need to break out over that area. Last time I was there, we're still holding this 50 moving average as well, so while we're below it we can assume we're bearish, and when we get above it we can assume we're bullish again. So let's go down into the hourly and pick up the levels for today, just confirm them. So the top area to watch for rejection is this yesterday's high, so keep an eye on this region here. We are in this big area of volume as well. We've got the point of control just above, and we've got the curve in 200 moving average, this purple line coming down into that area, and all that can act as confirmation. So if we get up into the 60-60 area, what I'd like to see, maybe not quite come out. If it comes out that area, then it's invalid because we might just do something like that, and then push up. But what I'm looking for is if it pushes up into this area of supply and then comes back out, goes back in without any more follow through, and we put in a lower high, then we'll be looking for the entry. And there's two entries. The safe entry will be the break and maybe even the retest of that area there with your stop up here, or the not so safe entry would be the entry here, the sell setup just there with your stop maybe above that high. So that's how I would be looking for these plays, and I'll be looking for this on the 5-minute chart. I'd like to use the hourly and then the 15-minute to find the entries, and then try and fine tune it on the 5-minute. No trades for me yesterday. It didn't hit my rules at all. I was looking for a break and retest of pre-market low and a break and retest of pre-market high, but it did break pre-market high, but it didn't come back and retest. It just kept going, so I just stayed out of the market. Didn't really go over any of my rules. I think that's it really for ES. So we're watching yesterday's high for rejection, looking for a potential bounce if we get back down into this 59.40 area. Let's just mark this up. That's a potential bounce area around here, and then pre-market high, break and retest, and pre-market low. And if we break pre-market low, then we are effectively definitely confirming breaking this trend like that, so we could be breaking back down again. One thing to note as well is we've had a bit of decrease in volume as the price is going up, so not very good on, you can't really see it very well on the hourly. What does it look like on the 15? No, it's just looking a bit average really. Even on the daily. No, let's just keep it with that. Let's keep it really simple. So basically we're looking for 60.46 break and retest long, 60.20 break and retest short. Keep an eye for the bounce down in this region, keep an eye for the rejection up in this region, and that's it really. SPY, pretty much the same. We can keep an eye on yesterday's high, this entire region here, so let's just mark it off. This is the hourly, but I'm sure if we go down into 15 we can fine tune that area. So this is our rejection area up here, probably the upper end of that. So I'll show you what I normally do. Once I've marked it up in the hourly, I don't normally mark it on the 15. I have the 15-minute chart open, and that's where I really go to fine tune it. So I'll probably then use that candle there. So we fine tuned it a little bit, and I kind of wait for it. I'll wait for it to come into that region. We've got the point of control there as well, which is quite important. We've got a pivot, 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 and yesterday's high as well. So it's going to be quite hard getting over 602 area. So keep an eye on that for the rejection. And what we could be seeing is this curve and a round pattern as well. Let's go back to the hourly. And keep an eye on pre-market low, break and retest. And we've got the bounce down at 590 to 592. SPX, I'm pretty sure the levels have not changed. Oh, look at that. Literally held that area right on this point of control. It's been a key area previously. Tops, pivots, bottoms there, and then we gapped through it, and then we held it, kind of held it there, and then we gapped down. So definitely in play. So 60-40. If we can break out over that area, watch for a break and retest. We're opening not too far from where we closed actually, so we're probably going to be opening around about here. So if you're looking for a long, we need to make sure you're over yesterday's high for the long on SPX if you're going long on ES or SPY. NQ, oh, close that. Oh, I do like this. So I drew this level in. I can't remember when I drew it in. Yesterday was it? And we came back down into that area. So if we come back down and put in a higher high, we can watch for a bounce. And look at that trend line. We've not broken it. Otherwise, yesterday's high is a potential rejection area. We do have the point of control with a lot of volume coming through that area at 21,600, 21,650. Break and retest of the pre-market high and yesterday's low is a good with the trend trade, and we get above all the moving averages as well. And then if we do finally lose pre-market low, then we'll be losing this trend line, and we could be doing something like that. QQQ, in fact, yeah, no, that's fine. QQQ. Exactly the same. Okay, so we've got this area of confluence all around here, not the straightest line. 526 for the rejection. Break and retest of pre-market high, but we are going into the point of control, so be a bit wary on that. 522. What area is that? 522.35. And then the break and retest of pre-market low, 518. Into this volume shelf. We've got a little bit of volume down here, and that's our area of demand. Oil, is just doing some, so we're holding this region here. We tried getting above it yesterday, we couldn't. That for a big move, come back down. We could be looking at a head and shoulders pattern, not the greatest one, because obviously we've got this bit here, so not really. So the only long I can see, if we break above yesterday's high, come back down and retest that area to confirm the uptrend. Otherwise we're still in this downtrend until we get over probably these two pivots. And so let's look for the break and retest of pre-market low, which is with the trend, or one against the trend pre-market high. Gold is just on fire right now. Yesterday's low is our bounce area, so keep an eye on that. We've got a little bit of volume just below that area as well. Pre-market low is another bounce area. We've got pivots from a few days ago, beginning of February, so just keep an eye on 28.77 for the bounce, and then obviously trend continuation. So the bounce there will be better than the break and retest of the all-time highs. It's always hard playing all-time highs, so you just don't have any previous levels. But if we do come back down into this region, we can keep an eye on that range from yesterday for a bounce. And then where's our volume? There's a lack of volume until we get down into this region here. There's nothing to the left because it's all-time highs right now. RTY. Okay, so we're above all the moving averages. Break and retest of pre-market high with the first target probably up here somewhere. We do have this massive volume shelf starting from 23.15. So potentially this region here of confluence, you can see bottoms of candles, tops of candles, bottoms of candles. Not too far from pre-market high as well. So break and retest of this area long goes with this current hourly trend. Otherwise, if we want to lose that trend, we want to go lose the break and retest of pre-market low and yesterday's high. Where's yesterday's low? It's down here. So yeah, so this point of control area is a key area. If we get below it, we can look for shorts. Stay above it, look for longs. and then YM. This is Dow Jones. Key area is right along there, as you can see. We've got the point of control and a massive volume shelf, so keep an eye on that. We're right at it right now, so if we can break out over yesterday's high and come back down and retouch this area, look for a long, got overhead supply. Otherwise, if we lose, I'll say yesterday's low and pull back into this region, pre-market low, yesterday's low, look for the short. That's the only plays. We've got a bounce area just here as well. Bit of volume coming in as well, but that's it. And then if we're looking for rejection, look at this volume shelf. It's not quite as much as the point of control, but we've got all this region here. So this is a region to watch for potential rejection. And that'll be around 45,150. And then finally Bitcoin. Good morning, Charles. Good morning to you. Hopefully you have a positive day. It was a neutral day for me yesterday. No trades, so that's always, having no trades is a good position to be in as well. I won't be trading today as well, so I'm travelling and I won't be back till Tuesday. So this will be my last live until Tuesday, but I'll keep the order flow running throughout. Bitcoin. Just quickly do this and then I'll look at the order flow quickly. There was a little bit of a divergence going on right now. So Bitcoin, look at this trend line holding. So if we can break pre-market high, we might break this downtrend. We have got this pattern here actually. Otherwise, if we lose pre-market low, we could be looking for continuation on this downtrend. There's nothing else until we get into this region. So 102 to 103 full of rejection. And otherwise, we can watch this region down here for the bounce. 94, 92 has always been an area I've always been interested in as well. And I was meant to add down there. I added at 100, but I forgot to add to my long term down at 92. I didn't forget, it happened over the weekend. I wasn't really paying attention until the next morning. So that's it. So keep an eye on this breaker trend, either direction, and then play that. And that's it. Let's quickly flick over to order flow. Look at this for divergence. We're coming right into an area of overhead demand, the area we marked out earlier. We've got this upward price trend. We had an upward cumulative delta trend, put in this double top, and now we're coming back down. So this could mark a actual reversal area. So let's just go flick back to ES. And I'll show you the area I'm watching for potential rejection. And you can see we're coming right into it now on the hourly. So this area here. So if I go down into the 15. So what I'm looking for is exactly this. I want to see it come in, touch it, maybe not go all the way in. I want it to come back down. I want to see it come back in, take out that liquidity, and then come back down, put in a new low, and then maybe look for the break and retest back down, the break of that pivot. So that's exactly what I'll be looking for into this area. And the reason I got this area marked out is because we had a move up, and then we had this big top and tail, and then a big rejection, and then we had a big sell off, big move down. I like these. I like looking for these bigger moves because you know there must be sellers or buyers sitting up in this area waiting because they either missed their chance or they've still got orders in place from before. So, and here's a bigger region as well if we get through that. So what I'm looking for, just to recap, we've got this trend coming up into it. We just kind of got close to the to that zone. Probably didn't quite get in, which is good. That's what I want to see. I want to see it come back down. I want to see the market take out those orders, which is currently sitting there, and then come back down and then put a change of trend, a change of market structure. And I'll be looking for either a higher risk entry there, or a higher probability entry on the break of that pivot. And that's it. That's how I play cumulative delta, and that's what I'm looking for. Exactly this, coming into an area of interest, and then watching the cumulative delta for a potential clue that the market is changing direction. because what I'm seeing now is I'm seeing that price is increasing, but aggressive sellers are selling. So buyers are currently holding up the aggressive sellers, and so price is still going up, and buyers are absorbing the selling pressure. But at some point, the buyers are going to run out, and then the price is going to change, and then we'll see this continue back down as well. I think that makes sense. You know, it could be other scenarios as well. It could be like stop losses and stuff, but we're coming right into that area, that hourly area we're watching now. And that's, I use order flow and cumulative delta as another confirmation for me to get into into a trade. But as I'm travelling in about an hour and a half's time, I probably won't be trading today, but I'll probably watch, keep an eye on it, see whether it did work out how I was hoping it would do. Okay, market opens in 9 minutes, finished in a bit early. I will be back on Tuesday, but I will keep the live stream running, which looks a bit like the screen you're looking at now, all the way through until Tuesday, or probably Monday night when I get back. And then, but I will check in from time to time to make sure it's running okay. But if you do want to message me, send me a message in the live stream. Well, I'll be looking at over the weekend or over the next few days. Okay, thank you for watching. If this is of value to you, please hit the like button, and I will be back next week. And I'm going to have a new and big announcement next week as well. I'm going to open up a Discord room where I'll be probably sharing my screen a lot more and being a bit more open on my trades as well. And happy to share all my P&L. Don't bother me. I need that accountability, and a good opportunity for future traders and like-minded traders to talk about the markets, what patterns they're seeing, and maybe we can set up some sort of educational area as well, so we can all learn from each other. Okay, thank you for watching, and I will see you on Tuesday, or if I see any comments in the live stream for the order flow.